Hello everyone, I am Deepak Kunyal and I welcome you to the series of C++ tutorials. In previous lecture we discussed about get and set functions, and now we are going to discuss about specifiers. So when we have a class gradebook, if you remember our previous lectures, if you don't, please go back and watch them first. So when we are declaring a variable, let us suppose we are declaring int x. So by default all the data members are private, right? If you write here private, this is same thing. If you don't write it, so you can omit this specifier here, right? And it's private by default. So it means this kind of variable can be accessed or is accessible from member functions only, right? Or there is some another kind of function that you will learn later, and that is called friend function. So this is called friend function. So a private variable is only accessible by these two, one member function and another friend functions. And that's why we are using public get and set functions to manipulate these private data members, right? You can remember it from our last lecture. So what you can do, you can write public here if you want to make anything public, and that comes under public will be public, right? If writing a program you feel that you need to again declare some variables and that you want to make private, you can again write private. And if you want to write into y, then you can declare another variable. So what are you doing? You can repeat these access specifier anytime you want. So you can write public, private, private, public, and so on. But this is unnecessary, right? This is unnecessary. You don't need to write those many times. So generally what we do, we declare private variables in the beginning of the program, and after that all the public methods or variables whatever you want to do. And this thing, when you are declaring data members below this private access specifier, this thing is called data hiding. Now if you remember the features we have discussed of object oriented programming, this is one of them. When we are declaring any variable or any data member or any function below this private access specifier, that is called data hiding. So this data is hidden now. And when you create this gradebooks class object, all the data member like course name, or this if you do int x or y, all this is encapsulated and can be accessed only by using these member functions which are public, right? So I will show you example of this. Here we have int x. This is for example purpose. Or what you can do, you can write int year. So it's your bachelor's year actually. And now try to access this variable here, gb.year, and I am trying to give it 2 because it's second year. And then I will try to print this year, gb.year, and then year and year. Now try to compile this program, and here you see, here is a private data member of gradebook, so it cannot be accessed outside. If you want to make it accessible outside, you need to write public. And now you'll see the difference. Now it is compiled, right? If you want to run it, you can run it, and here is the value. But generally we avoid this thing, and we also avoid not writing anything, so we write private because we want to make it clear that there are some private variables below this. And we have public members like int get year. Get function you need to use below this, y should be capital as per convention, and this function will return year only. Also if you want to change this year, for that you need to use void set year, and Inside this you need to take a variable y, right, and assign it like this. Now try to make some changes here. First you have to, right, now try to change this thing and set here and make it 4. Now try to not like this, because it's private now it will give an error again. So what you have to do, gb dot get here and pass no argument to it. Again try to do same thing. Now we'll compile this program again because there are some changes and there is some error. This is expected because I have made colon here. Now again there is some error, here is private, it's not able to access because we have assigned it like this. That is also wrong. So what we have to do again, we have to use gb dot set here. Now try to compile again and it should be fine, right? Now see the difference. What we are doing set year 2, right, and it is asking this function set year function to make some changes, right? And what is get here doing, it is just returning the value. Can you try to access or can you try to assign some invalid values? Yes, I can try to do so. So the first value that I am assigning here is invalid and answer is also invalid. So there is some benefit of this actually, this function set here. What you can do, you can make some validations here, right? I will assign it here. Otherwise what should it do, you can just pass a message to user that assign some valid value and pass some other messages also, whatever you like. In which case you are assigning year value here. If this y is greater than 0, and if it's a graduation then it could be at, at most 4 years, right, not more than that. So and y should be less than or equal to 4, or you can do it like this, less than 5, right? So I think this should not give any this should give you some message. Now try to run this program and it's asking that assign some valid value, right, but it's returning something. What is that? Get year 0, because in this case the default value that has been assigned to this year is 0, right? It's not garbage, it's 0. So you have to take care of this, right? Do one thing, I'm changing this variable, make it year, and then we'll see if now we need to check this year. Now we need to check this year and we need to assign this year, right? Now try to compile this program again and it is again asking me that assign some valid value. It's asking because it's -2. Now change it again and compile the program and see the output. Now it is 0 and it is also 0, but we have assigned 2 and 4. See the program again. Can you find out the reason behind this, why this is happening? Think about it and we'll discuss in coming lectures. Okay, so I will come with new concepts in next lecture. Till then, thank you so much.